Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this O'Shea Duke Jackson video. This is titled Tariq Nasheed ends Myron's career in one move. So there's more beef between Tariq and Myron, it appears. Let's see what's going on in this vid. Let's watch.
And as you know, family, right-wing commentator slash suspected white supremacist Charlie Kirk was killed today in Utah.
On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk was assassinated at Utah Valley State University.
We know,
and of course, there were a lot of people that mourned his death. Just go and look on Twitter, you will see it. Of course, there were some people who didn't feel sorry for Charlie Kirk at all. And one of those people was Tariq Nasheed. Now, Tariq Nasheed is very active on X, and so was Charlie Kirk. And sometimes they would tweet each other. Tariq Nasheed would call Charlie Kirk out on some of the beliefs that he had, especially towards the black community. Charlie Kirk was extremely hostile towards black America. So when Charlie Kirk was shot, he actually was having a discussion in Utah about black people. And if you've seen the video, you would understand the violence that happened once Charlie Kirk was shot. He was still holding the microphone as he was fighting for his life. And then Tariq Nasheed put up a viral post. And it says this: Charlie Kirk goes around to campuses talking about how violent black people are. His social media timeline goes on and on about how violent black people are. And in the middle of his speech discussing black gang violence, Charlie gets shot by a white man. Woo! Now, we most certainly believe that it was a white person. The person of interest is also white. So therefore, it was not a white man that shot Charlie Kirk, despite what Charlie Kirk was saying about the black community. And so many people did not like the commentary that Tariq Nasheed made. And not only did Tariq Nasheed make that particular statement, he posted something else on X, and it was this: rest in power, Charlie Kirk dapping up George Floyd.
Damn.
This in particular got a lot of white people upset in the comment section, and people were seriously threatening Tariq Nasheed's life. This person says, yes, take this MNFer down. He's out here on LA with his racist ass friends. Not too hard to find. Okay, this is probably the person. That was just one. Tariq Nasheed also followed up with more posts about Charlie Kirk.
If he indeed was in LA, he would be hard to find. This is a massive county. He would not be easy to find if you just say, oh, he's in LA. In LA where? What part? What area? It's not enough information.
Kirk was a suspected white supremacist whose only claim to fame was deflecting from issues in the white community to scapegoat black people. Now, other white supremacists are carrying on that legacy by threatening HBCUs over Charlie Kirk being murked by a white man. Tariq Nasheed was not afraid in his commentary about Charlie Kirk. He kept on the offensive. I see people are trying to rewrite history as far as Charlie Kirk. He had no major legislative achievements, no intellectual contributions, and no grassroots credibility. Now, grassroots credibility, I would probably disagree with that, because anybody who is packing 3,000, 4,000 places, or, whatever, in his community, right? Maybe not in the same way Tariq does it, but grassroots, I think what he was doing is he's going on debates, that's offline presence, and then he's using that as a content wheelhouse coming on TikTok. Like, if you can put 3,000 people that in a place, that is grassroots credibility, in my opinion. But his fame was manufactured by targeting black people as scapegoats. Now, this is what I will agree with. I agree with most of it, except the grassroots part. He was a suspected white supremacist. That's it. Woo! Tariq Nasheed would not back down. He would continue on the offensive, talking about Charlie Kirk on his YouTube channel.
It says Charlie Kirk goes around campuses talking about how violent black people are. His social media timeline goes on and on and on about how violent black people are. And he's out here in Utah, and in the middle of his speech discussing black gang violence, he gets shot by a white man. Oh, God. Oh, I've been all types of N-words today. I've been all types of N-words, jigaboos, I've been everything. All the white supremacists are losing their mind.
So there he's talking
that
about
would make sense. Jigaboo is not whatever.
Attacked by a white supremacist on his X account.
I'm tired of people taking words and flipping the meaning and not knowing what they're talking about. I'm just so over it.
And he goes on to talk about all of the horrendous things that Charlie Kirk was saying about blacks.
Charlie Kirk, for years, has sat up here and justified the murder and the harming and the subjugation of black people nonstop. Going all the way back to Tamir Rice. There's tweets from him from 2013 justifying Trayvon Martin, caping for Zimmerman and justifying Trayvon Martin getting hemmed up by Zimmerman. Charlie Kirk, his anti-black racism goes way back. You understand? This man has said all types of vile stuff about black people. Jacob Blake, remember he got shot out there? He was justifying that. Every black person with a decent job is a DEI hire, according to him. He denigrated black women. What did he say about Ketanji Brown and all that, saying that she's a DEI hire, affirmative action, saying that black women, basically, they don't have the brain processing power to be taken seriously, so you got to steal a white person's slot. He said...
Didn't it come out that black people only make up like 4% of those hires or something like that? But let other people tell it. We primarily were the hires. It's like, all right, we primarily benefited from that. Not the case at all.
Stuff like this.
So this is why he's saying, look, this is why I'm going after the guy, because, hey, I'm not making fun of the fact that he died, but I'm not shedding any tears either. Literally, he said that almost like verbatim. But then there were some people that came against Tariq Nasheed. And it was fresh
Myron.
and fit. Walter Weeks, who is fresh, says, this primate has no heart or respect. That's Walter Weeks calling somebody a monkey.
Boy, you sit your stupid ass
That's
down.
what he called him?
And then Myron, basically,
Oh my God.
he's replying to Tariq Nasheed's post with George Floyd with RIP.
That's so sad because I'm sure he's been called that multiple times. I've actually watched videos where people have called him that. So for him to try to throw that insult at another black man, I can't be surprised though. Nothing these guys do surprise me.
The best I've ever seen.
Stop the cap.
And Myron would then go on the offensive against Tariq Nasheed.
Tariq Nasheed, man. Charlie Kirk goes around to campuses talking about how violent black people are. His social media timeline goes on about how violent black people are.
I mean, was he not killed by a white man?
And in the middle of his
Why
speech
y'all
discussing
mad
black
at
gang
the
violence, Charlie
truth?
gets shot by a white man.
Boy, you sit your stupid ass down. Who the fuck you think you is?
As you can see, Myron doesn't have any response to what Tariq Nasheed wrote. Because in all actuality, what Tariq Nasheed wrote is correct. I mean, you can feel any kind of way you want to feel about Tariq Nasheed.
I don't know how you
or
mad
anybody
at
saying
the
this,
facts.
but Charlie Kirk was, at the time of his passing, talking about black gang violence. He was shot by somebody Caucasian. The person of interest is white. He was not shot by a black person. This is absolutely 100% correct. But they don't have an answer for that, so he starts trying to move the goalpost. And what happens next is shocking.
This is precisely why people like Tariq Nasheed are scumbags, man. The scumbags, dude.
Pop me kettle.
The man literally just got shot. And you're gonna say some stupid this. You the shit, bro.
Boy, you sit your stupid ass down. Who the think you is?
This is so embarrassing.
You can't even exercise an ounce of compassion for somebody as they're going through the worst moment in their life.
He
And you're
dead.
this type of
He
shit.
dead. What do you mean compassion while he going through the worst moment of his life? You know what? You not even making sense. There's no logic here.
You piece of shit, dude.
He gone.
Piece of man. Enemy, man. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
So Myron is saying, like, Tariq Nasheed doesn't have any sympathy. He doesn't have any compassion. But remember, when Myron is talking about black women, this is what he's saying.
These quite frankly, you guys are stupid. You guys put watermelon, you put salt on your watermelon, ridiculous. You guys eat fried chicken, ridiculous. You guys are fat as fuck, ridiculous. You guys wear weave, ridiculous. Then you have the nerve to sit there and talk Latinas and white girls.
Didn't he go to Turkey or somewhere to get his hairline corrected? I think he might even have a hairpiece on. Because this looks like it's a bit more than just, getting some extra hair follicles implanted. Because I know people who have gone to Turkey and they got the procedure done. It don't look like this. So this makes me feel like he may be wearing a man piece. or whatever it's called. So I just find this very ironic. Because he was definitely balding really bad for a long time. And then he just popped up out the blue with this silky bust down. He like, you black bitches and y'all hair. It's like, brother, you needed some assistance as well, and that's okay. Do you? But that's crazy.
So you do wear their hair and actually do go to the gym and exercise and say, oh, you is ugly. No, you're ugly. Okay? Now here's the thing. There are some attractive black women out there, but that's a family. Let's keep it real.
Now, I've seen Myron post videos, photoshopping himself. We can't post that, but
Photoshopping
basically
himself.
him, putting his knee on George Floyd's neck. All right?
Oh.
Literally. I've seen it on X. Then also, when he's calling Tariq Nasheed a piece of SH, you know what? Look at Myron. This is Myron. Somebody says, who's the piece of S now?
Exactly.
That's Myron literally in, you guessed it, a shirt over his face looking like the Klan giving the you know what salute. Okay? That's Myron doing it. Okay? This is what Myron is.
But you calling somebody else a piece of shit.
And not only does he do this, he makes fun of people when they pass away in the black community. He need to have some compassion for his life. And this is exactly what happens when black people like Walter or Myron or Candace Owens or Brandon Tatum, they're trying to defend a Zaddy, okay? Because anybody listens to Charlie Kirk, whenever he's insulting black culture, black society, he's talking about all of them, okay? But you want to be close to them so much, you want to be in Charlie Kirk's favor.
You know what they remind me of? Samuel L. Jackson in the Django. That's what they remind me of. That's the energy that they give, especially Myron.
Anything to win his favor because he's white, and I can prove it. Myron, he despises, and that's the least word I can think about, Israel, okay? He's talking about Israel all of the time. Anybody who defends Israel, he has a problem with. But there's people that he won't talk about that support Israel. Number one, for the most part, Donald Trump. Won't touch Trump. Myron knows touching Trump is career suicide. Now, if he'd stayed on this Fresh and Fit podcast and stuck with the blacks, it'd have been different. But once you want to go over to the white conservative spaces, you have to stay in line. And I can prove it. Look what Charlie Kirk said. 0 people from Gaza should be allowed to come to America, period. That's very strong commentary. No, Israel is not starving Gaza. This is in direct contradiction to what Myron talks about. And Myron would never call out Charlie Kirk, but all of a sudden you're crying, you got tears, nobody has compassion. And you always talk about people who support Israel. You're saying that they don't have any compassion for the world because people in Gaza are getting deleted. You even called out Brandon Tatum the other day, remember? When Brandon Tatum had Netanyahu on his podcast, what was Myron saying? I'll tell you, he's supporting the Jews isn't ill, Brandon. They are using to push their Hasbara. You're a dumb guy to them. Brandon says, bro, I have common sense unlike you. We will debate soon enough though. What that means is this. Black conservatives or non-white conservatives can call each other out about supporting Israel or Palestine. They will never say that about the whites because they know there's a price to pay. Just like so many blacks are getting fired for their jobs literally right now for making fun of Charlie Kirk's death. And so Myron already understands that, you know what, Charlie Kirk passed away, you better get on your job. That's not white privilege, you're seeing it. How dare you talk against him? If Candace Owens would have been done in the same fashion, they would not do all that. That's a white man. So Myron understands Charlie's position. He can never challenge it. Neither can Brandon Tatum, even though Brandon Tatum's on the same side. But now here you have Myron crying on the show about this guy passing away. But if Charlie Kirk was black, he would have no respect for him. Okay? So now you're coming after Tariq Nasheed, and then what we're going to find out is Myron, they don't even care about you.
At all.
Like, we're already seeing who gets the respect. The country's going to roll out the flags at the White House for Charlie Kirk. It will never happen for Brandon Tatum. It will never happen for Myron Gaines. It'll never happen for Candace Owens. And you guys will never have a piece of the pie over there. You might get cash, you might get some money, but that's it. You'll never get any respect. And you're finding that out right now. Okay? Finding out right now. So you got to get on your job and attack Tariq Nasheed because if you don't, there are consequences. Got to fight for those crumbs, bro. And one of the reasons that Tariq Nasheed
tap dancing for crumbs
is because Tariq Nasheed's independent. Now, I mean, is it dangerous? Some people may say yes. But Myron, he's trying to get over there with them. So he has to do that to stay in bounds. Good luck, Myron. You're going to need it. So guys,
I feel like Myron is playing a dangerous game, along with a lot of these other people who spew these really strong, hateful, political rhetorics. It's like you are attracting a lot of people who may want to get you up out of here, you know? If anything, I think Charlie Kirk should have been a learning lesson for a lot of people, but apparently not. They continue to spew nonsense because you continue to state these really strong, nasty, negative opinions about certain groups, and some people are going to take that very personally, and if you see them out and about, it might not end well for you. So I can't imagine just being this bold. I feel like they think, because they're in the comfort of their own home or studio or whatever, recording most of the time, that they're safe. But you got to go outside. You have to go to the grocery store, to the gym, or just walking down the street, and people can spot you and be like, hey, that's that nigga that said da-da-da, and then it's lights out for you. So obviously I'm not wishing that on anyone, and RIP to anyone who has lost their lives, but you have to know that the things that you say can have really strong consequences. So, there's that. But I am over this whole Charlie Kirk discussion of just people speaking on it. But, I mean, I guess they're going to continue to do it, and people are going to continue to request it. I didn't know, honestly, going into this, that it was going to be mentioning Charlie Kirk. But, I mean, I'm still glad that I watched it because just hearing some of the things that Tariq had to say were interesting. I need to look him up and start watching him again because I did used to watch him back in the day, or listen to him, rather. Anywho, y'all let me know what y'all think, though, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye!